Ready? Before we get officially started here, guys, I just want to share, we're not going to talk about the sexual assaults. Okay, so let's focus on the officer-involved shooting last night. It did result in a fatality, so that's the purpose of what we're here to do. And then I'll introduce Officer Hawn here in just a second. We are talking about Domingo Soto. He's a Latin male. His date of birth is 2/16/71. Okay. Our officers involved, the Dallas officer involved is Officer Matthew, that's M-A-T-T-H-E-W, Merta, M-E-R-T-A. And Officer Merta has been on the department about 7.5 years. He's assigned to the Southeast Patrol Division. This is his first shooting. Detective Thomas Olvera, O-L-V-E-R-A, has been with the Garland Police Department 13 years. And Joe, where does he work?
He works in homicide.
All right, so he works in the investigative unit there in homicide for the Garland Police Department. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we're here today to discuss the officer-involved shooting that occurred at CF Hawn and 175 yesterday afternoon. I'm Major Jeff Kottner with the Dallas Police Department's Crimes Against Persons Division. I'm joined today with Garland Police Officer Joe Hawn. And what we'll do is Joe's going to kind of start you off. He's going to start out from the incident that occurred yesterday morning in the city of Garland that led to them searching for Mr. Soto in the city of Dallas, and then I'll pick up and we'll continue to the end.
Okay. Yesterday morning, just after 7:30, we got a call of a shooting at the Quick Trip service station there at Miller and Shiloh. Officers arrived along with paramedics, found a man lying on the floor with a gunshot wound to the head. He was later identified as William Chapman. Going along with witnesses there at the scene and videotape from the scene, we were able to find out that our suspect was going to be Domingo Soto. We also found out that their connection was a lady that Soto was the ex-boyfriend of a lady that William Chapman was now seeing. From that, after we developed Soto as a suspect, that led us yesterday through an investigation into the southern part of Dallas. Our detective Olvera actually located him, started to follow him, and then that's when he contacted Dallas that he was following the suspect, and they joined with us. Okay.
Officer Olvera believed that Mr. Soto, or Suspect Soto, who was the passenger in, I'll let you go, is that, you got it? Yeah. Okay, all right. Detective Olvera believed that Suspect Soto, who was a passenger in a truck that was fleeing the location that Officer Hawn described from Pleasant Grove area of Dallas, was aware that he was following him. He immediately called 911 or our communications desk and requested assistance from the Dallas Police Department. The truck that Suspect Soto was a passenger in was being driven by Mr. Pablo Paulin. Mr. Paulin is a witness to this incident. Officers were able to coordinate with Detective Olvera, his location. They got behind Detective Olvera near the intersection of Buckner and CF Hawn Freeway. They were on the service road of CF Hawn westbound. They approached the light at Buckner, which was red. We do have police video of this incident, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the officer's version, and it's consistent with what we can see in the video. The truck is stopped at the red light. Officer Olvera moves, who was directly behind the truck, he moves off to the left. There's one of those roundabout free turns that would take you back around on the opposite side of the freeway. He pulls into that area, which allows the marked squad car, which is Officer Merta, to approach directly behind the truck. Officer Merta exits his vehicle, Detective Olvera exits his vehicle, and they began issuing verbal commands to Mr. Soto and Mr. Paulin, who the other occupant of the truck. Mr. Paulin exits the vehicle, leaving the driver's door ajar. Officer Merta approached the vehicle and was able to completely get eyes on Suspect Soto, who was sitting still on the passenger side of the truck. He had an opportunity to apprehend him. He moved into the vehicle, and Detective Olvera moved up there with him. Mr. Soto began to very aggressively kick them, screaming at them, and also he was attempting to place the truck into gear. The truck began to move very slowly into the intersection. Cars were passing by. The officers were unstable. They were in a very confined area. The truck's moving. They're tripping on each other. They're hanging on. At the same time, Mr. Soto reaches for his waistband. The officers believed that he was armed. They retreated, and they fired their service weapons at him, believing that he was about to shoot them. Mr. Soto then gained control of the truck. He sped away westbound on the service road. On the other side of the intersection, there's an entrance ramp on the CF Hawn. He took that entrance ramp at full speed, re-entered the CF Hawn freeway. Suddenly, the truck veered dramatically to the left into the median or barricade that divides the freeway. It slid along that freeway for some distance, and then it rolled to a controlled stop against a sign on the exit ramp for Elam Road. Officers approached the vehicle at that point, and they found Suspect Soto incapacitated. Evidence indicated at the scene that Mr. Soto received gunshot wounds to his lower extremities. There's also evidence that indicates there was a single gunshot wound to his head. It is unknown if Mr. Soto died as a result of our officers' actions or if it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Witness Pollen was able to corroborate Suspect Soto's involvement in the earlier incident, and he also verified that Suspect Soto was armed.
How many officers were involved in firing their guns?
2, sir.
No, is that the Garland detective?
The Garland detective and Officer Merta. Yes, sir.
And how many times was the suspect hit?
That is to be determined by the medical examiner's office.
Will the video be released, or how can?
On the video, you ask for that through open records.
Very good.
What's the status of the 2 officers? Are they on leave or anything right now?
The Dallas officer is on administrative leave.
Same thing.
Common.
Yeah, routine.
Do you know anything about the person who was shot at the QT? You said that he was dating the suspect's ex-girlfriend. Did he work there, or do you know what was?
He simply was there getting some things.
Joe, come down. Joe.
No, William Chapman was just a person inside the station, did not work there, simply had stopped in there to buy a few things. Okay.
So they were probably stalking this gentleman.
More than likely, he followed him there, yes, and committed the shooting just very calmly.
Was it inside the store?
Happened just inside the doorway, yes.
What is the address of the QT? The address of the QT?
Address.
Don't have, it's right on the corner of Miller Road and Shiloh Road, actually faces Miller Road. Okay.
Sorry, can you spell the name of the Garland detective?
It's Olvera, O-L-V-E-R-A. Okay.
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks a
guys.
lot, guys.
Thanks, guys.